My name is Beth Delagi. I am Evan Delagi's mom, and I have an exhibit at the Basement Gallery at Brookhaven College in Dallas, Texas right now, and it is called Summer Showers. It is a project of portraits of family members that I took over a period of years of my family members showering in our outside shower during the summer. It's called Summer Showers, and it's a series of 22 color portraits, 17 by 22 that I printed at home. The idea, I believe, was summer 15, and there was a prompt on Instagram. The prompt for the weekend was water. We have a house on Cape Cod, and I figured the obvious picture would be of the water, and I did not want to be obvious. I wanted to do something different, to be different and unique, and I know that at the golden hour is the perfect time to take pictures, and that seemed to be when our family tended to take showers. After a day at the beach, after a long day swimming, sunning, sanding, whatever, the outside shower is very busy late afternoon before dinner. I honestly think it was Hannah. My daughter at that time was 20, and she was very willing to let me photograph her naked. But it's not about nudity, and in fact, you don't have to be naked to let me take your picture. To have a successful portrait, it's preferred, but it's not necessary.
But was there anybody that was hesitant
Yes.
to get in the shower and have you photograph them while you were naked in that intimate setting?
Yes, and those people did not, number one, either get in the shower. There's many people that are very hesitant to do it, and have refused to do it. I have people in the exhibit that have their bathing suits on that I just choose to show just their faces, and I will focus on a part of the body that is natural and not clothed. Faces, arms, hands. Again, this is not about nudity, and it's fine if you do not want to take off your clothes. And I think one son, Sam, the first year he did it, he had his bathing suit on, and then the second time he did it 2 years later, he did not have his bathing suit on, and Sam was probably more comfortable with his bathing suit on. And there's some beautiful pictures of his face and his beard. He grew his beard very long that year, so I got very close to his face. And the one where he had his bathing suit off, I focused more on his torso. And those two are in the show. There's one picture where he had his back to me the whole time. And if you see the picture, you wouldn't know it. I would have to point that out, that he is a little resistant to turn around. So it's photographed with him kind of being very private in his body language, and only I know that. Looking at walking that exhibit, someone might say, oh, that's just okay. But knowing the story of Sam and his body, it speaks so much to me that he's still very private, even though he was fully nude. But walking the exhibit, you wouldn't know that unless I was there to tell you that.
So you worked on the project for multiple years. How did you know you were done and wanted to hang it up? Or can this be something that you go back to and continue?
It's not done. This isn't done. I took a photo of a little girl. She was 7 maybe at the time, my niece Harper, and that was the beginning of knowing that it was a special project. The way I captured her body, the light off her body, and the darkness of the shower was so beautiful. I knew that it was something I had to continue. It got hung because I saw an opportunity with the basement gallery was changing exhibits, and I submitted a formal request to show, and he said, the director said, absolutely, this is show worthy. So, but I have hundreds of images, and I only hung 22. So I think it's going to be a project that's hopefully will never end.
So you said Harper was 7. Who was the oldest that allowed you to shoot in the...
Daddy, so 53, Greg Delagi. I want to get my mom and dad in there, which would be amazing, but I would never ask them to get naked. They would never want to be nude, and I said, that is fine. I just want to photograph the 84-year-olds in there, but they have never taken an outside shower. So that's gonna take a lot of enticing this summer. Sometimes I get too many people in there, and those don't work. Those don't work. I have 3 little girls in there, and they're not, that's not gonna work. Too much going on, and yeah, it doesn't work. It's a very private moment. So they think it's funny to be photographed, but yet that doesn't really work.
Whenever you hang up your art in public, how do you feel putting something that you've worked this long on up for people to view?
Proud, excited, very excited. So it's hung in a space at Brookhaven College that I actually frequent often. My classroom, the dark room, and the developing room are in that space. I'm in that space quite a bit, and I can watch people's reactions to the pictures, and so far it's been very, very positive. There's going to be an article in the Brookhaven Courier about the exhibit. I was interviewed for that, and then they also interviewed the lab tech, because the lab tech hears what they say in the hallway. So I've heard people comment, and again, it's all been positive. Well, what's funny is I'll be in that hallway going back from the developing room of the dark room to the actual dark room, and no one knows. I assume the kids passing in the hallway looking have no idea that I am the artist, which is pretty great. You know, it's like being a fly on the wall. But most people look and, you know, just smile and keep walking, because it's in the basement gallery, which is actually a hallway. It's a cut through in the basement of the library, so it's a huge cut through for students. One girl pinched Evan's tuchus, and I think she made a comment that it was small or something. And her friend said, "Be nice, he's ripped," or something like that. And that was from the first summer where you were rowing crew a lot. So you had a very different figure than you do now. That one's from behind, and that was just so funny to hear someone actually say something. Mostly it's just smiles and intrigue, but I'm curious to see what the newspaper article says. If Isaac, lab tech, has told her anything that he hasn't told me, I'll be curious to see what it said. But it's coming down on Monday.